Hello everybody and good evening. Welcome to the first game of WIAC play here at the KB Willet Arena in 2025, where your UW Stevens Point Pointers take on the UW River Falls Falcons. Here tonight is me, Jacob Spoerl, joined here to my right for her first ever broadcast live on air, Raegan VanWagner. And of course, if you're watching this live stream online, video is brought to you by Pointer Studios. Lexi Hall is on camera, with audio brought to you by WWSP 90 FM, your only alternative. Raegan, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm a little nervous, but that's okay. I'm excited to watch some hockey tonight.
Heck yeah, you're a hockey fan yourself, so I've heard.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a great night for hockey. Obviously, approaching a little bit of a short break for most of the students here on campus, and for many campuses, obviously Thanksgiving is coming up next week. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Pointers hockey. And here tonight, we got our starting lineups for you. Starting off on the Pointers side of things. In the front line for the forwards, you got Gino Colangelo, Chris Engelbert, Owen Dean, defenseman Hunter O'Brien, and Joseph Manning with a quick face-off to start the game. Pointers win the face-off. O'Brien will take it out. Cross the boards. Straight shot to the goal, already defended by tonight's goalie for River Falls, the senior Brennan Boynton. Here's Owen Dean, lost possession of the puck. River Falls taking over. Taking it past mid-ice. Proctor out of his crease. He's starting tonight as the Pointers goaltender. Already a slam on the boards as River Falls takes possession of the puck. I'm going to go through the starting roster really quick here. If I get a swift moment for the Pointers as icing is waved off and we already have a line change.
Very fast-paced already.
Of course. Quick passes here incoming for River Falls. It was Collette. Puck in front of the goal. Another shot attempt, high and wide. Blocked by the Pointers defenseman. Another shot, low and gloved by Alex Proctor. His first glove save of the night. So, Raegan, you're a fan of the sport. How many years have you been an ice hockey fan?
Oh, since I can remember. My dad's always had it on.
Now we enter face-off circle here on the near side, on the Pointers side of the ice. River Falls seems to have won the face-off. They have possession of the puck as it's going backwards, though. Nice defense. A little stick poke there. I believe that was from Hamady. Proctor out of the crease playing at the puck. Still on the near side of the boards. Pinned against the glass. Trying to spring free, and it does behind the net. Here comes the Pointers with the puck. Bounce off the boards. River Falls has it at mid-ice as it straggles back towards the Pointers' net. Proctor plays it. And there's a one-on-one opportunity for the Pointers. It's a save and now gloved by Boynton. Swift pace of hockey as we're just under a minute and a half. Welcome everybody joining in here on the radio as well as video here on YouTube. And now in the face-off circle for the Pointers, we'll see number 8, Quentin Hill. And for River Falls, number 10, Ethan Lindahl. Here's the reset as the Pointers win the face-off. Quick shot already. Defended. Another shot attempt. No good. It was bunting. It's now behind the net. Boynton prepares. Knuck on the near side of the boards. It's Adam Raegan, who's last week's extra player for the Pointers. It's Raegan again. Pinned against the boards on the corner. Now it's springing out.
Already seeing a lot of energy from the Pointers.
Behind the net. River Falls trying to play it out, and they got it out of there. Nice defensive series for the Falcons. Puck is up, lands down, as the Falcons will have a quick line change on the ice. Here comes the Pointers. Cross ice pass is stopped for the moment. Pointers have it again. Offsides, no call. Puck is up as it lands behind the net. Pinned in the corner. That was Hunter Hastings for the Pointers. Burke Simpson's got it out there. Burke Simpson got it out there. No icing as the puck approaches Pointers' side of the ice. Pointers have a chance, but the pass goes right past Alec Hamady as we get a stoppage. And it looks like it was offsides against the Pointers. So they're going to face off now on Stevens Point side of the ice. Quick game here early. Obviously last week on Tuesday, it was the Pointers home opener against number 4 ranked St. Norbert. The Green Knights are a non-conference rival to the Pointers. That was a big one. They started off a 2-0 start, but St. Norbert had the victory 4-2. That is why the Pointers are in a 2-3 hole early losing record as the Pointers won the faceoff. Here they come down the near side of the board. Stick goes flying out. Pointers maintain possession of the puck. Icing waved off. Shot off the glove. And here comes River Falls. It's a 1-on-2 opportunity as the puck slips out of the stick of Reed Loon. He's one of the starters tonight for River Falls, specifically one of the starting forwards, as we are now in the dot lane. Back on the Pointer side of the ice, here comes River Falls.
Great block.
They still have the puck. Long shot off the pad of Proctor. Out in front on the near side face-off circle, now springing towards mid-ice. Center ice, sorry. Bounce shot from Luke Martigo. Proctor out of the crease to play it. River Falls having to get it at mid-ice. Pointers showing some pressure. Small line change for the Falcons. Now at the near side. Face-off circle is where the Pointers have the puck, and here they come. Defenseman ready for River Falls. Backwards pass taken by the Falcons. Traveling into the Pointer side of the ice, and it's another line change for River Falls. Swift attack from the Pointers. Past mid-ice. Offsides is waved off. Shot attempt. Wide and finally gloved by Brennan Boynton.
There we go. I was worried about the stick in the middle. I'm going to be very honest. I see it happen, and then I'm so worried somebody's going to trip over it, so I'm glad that the ref got it out of the way.
Good move there by some of tonight's officials. Yeah, you saw that stick going airborne. We've seen some pucks go airborne up here in the booth. We haven't had that yet. Never a puck, or a stick in Willet history. As out of the face-off circle, Point takes over the puck on their side of the ice as they prepare for their next offensive possession. Pass to Alex Johnson. Back to Kamilevsky, but it slips behind him. Now Kamilevsky has possession of the puck at the corner. Bounce. Here's O'Brien. Cross ice. Setting up. O'Brien pass. Now he's got the puck again. Wants to give it to Kamilevsky. He did. Shot off the goal. And Boynton's face mask fell off. His helmet came off.
Didn't see quite what happened there, but that was quite the matchup.
It looks like it was Pisarcek who is out near Boynton. Pisarcek, of course, on the Pointers. He's wearing number 12. And, I mentioned it last time to you guys off the air, but for those on the air, this is my second ever game calling play-by-play for ice hockey. And one of the things that I've noticed, just for if you want to know how I prepare, it's easy to get lost in the naming of it, especially so many names you have to call in transition.
It's true.
And with just the mere pace of this game, it's interesting. All the Pointers have the names on their home jerseys, but typically, especially in D3, a lot of away teams don't have their last names on their jerseys. As River Falls wins the face-off, puck goes off the boards. River Falls got it out of there. Puck remains in play. Swinging out behind the net. Proctor ready at his near side post. Shot attempt for River Falls goes off the defenseman. It was off of O'Brien. Another shot attempt goes wide of the net. Bounce behind the boards, which was behind the net. Pointers getting it out of there. Cross-ice pass. Here's a one-on-one opportunity. Shot is saved by Boynton. And you could hear the bench. They saw it coming. The defensemen were unprepared. And the Pointers were so close of taking it 1-0, but this remains scoreless with about 14.5 minutes to go here in the first period.
Great glove, great opportunity. I love the fast pace. They came with energy today.
Absolutely they did, Raegan. Here in the face-off circle. Looks like River Falls is going to win it, as Sean Bunting have to straddle all the way back to his side of Stevens Point ice. That pass intercepted by River Falls, as they're going to set up their next offensive possession. Proctor out of the crease to make a play at the puck. Nice job there. And you got Stevens Point teammates running into each other. I believe it was Owen Dean and O'Brien. Is there some chippiness going on the ice? Puck is on the near side of the boards. Springing out. It's at the near side face-off circle. Is now going behind the ice. River Falls is prepared for it. Shot attempt is in front of the goal. And Proctor lands on it. One of his defensemen was in his way. Proctor had to shove him in order for him to make the glove save. And there is a stoppage of play now with 13:43 to go here in the first period.
A little dicey, but Proctor knows what he's doing, so.
Absolutely. This is Proctor's senior and final season here for Stevens Point. Had a great year last year. We've seen his improvements. Is improving over the several seasons as we're now in the face-off circle here on the near side of the Pointers side of the ice. Stevens Point wins it as they want to get the puck out of here. And it looks like they will. Out in front, they had a chance for a rush. Well played by this River Falls defense, but it's still on the Falcons side of the ice. Pointers try to set it up. Slipping out. Almost had it. That was good focus play by Gabe Randall, who is a freshman for this Pointer squad. Now here comes River Falls. Puck out in front of the net, but Point is going to play it from there. It's Blake Norris taking it back on the Falcons side of the ice. Norris trying to set it up. Shot out wide. Behind the net is the puck. Straggling along. Manning slams against the boards. O'Brien couldn't find it. Kamilevsky's got it now for the Pointers. On the far side face-off circle, now near the corner. Puck back to the corner. Back to the face-off circle. And this Falcons defense so far relentless as they make a line change. Now the Pointers back on the offensive attack, but the pass goes wide of O'Brien.
There's another stick on the ice, too.
Second one we've seen. We got 12 and a half minutes here, scoreless in this first period between Stevens Point and River Falls. Once again, both of these teams' first conference game of the season. Owen Dean back in the heavy line of this defense. River Falls has pressure. They want to get it out of there. It's Gino Colangelo who's putting pressure on the boards. O'Brien, shot is high, went above the crossbar of the net. Now in the far corner. Now on the near side corner is the puck. Stevens Point still trying to play this. It's Owen Dean working against a couple of River Falls defenders, but now, on the front line it was River Falls as it went to the Pointer side of the ice, but good defense here from Stevens Point. Now they're back on the offensive attack. It is Alex Johnson waiting for his new teammate. He just came back in the game. It's Pisarcek, but he lost the puck. Now here comes River Falls. Cross ice pass seemingly intercepted for the moment by Stevens Point. Bounced off the boards. Here comes Alex Johnson. Backwards pass to Pisarcek. Now to Kamilevsky. Shot wide. Kamilevsky couldn't find the puck. As he stumbles. And this will slip back into the Pointer side of the ice. River Falls and Stevens Point will make a line change.
A lot of aggression so far from both teams.
And there's a big hit there. You're right. Another big hit. Another stick goes flying here on the near side of the boards. Nice hit there from Adam Racigal as he slammed into number 6 for River Falls, Zach Sondril. As now the Pointers make another line change. River Falls has it on their side of the ice. Under 11 minutes to go here in the first period. And that is going to be offsides called. And it looks like it is going to be, we're going to see what they mark it here in a second. I don't believe it was. They're just going to reset the puck here at center ice as in on the face-off for the Pointers at number 8, Quentin Hill, and number 10 for the Falcons, Ethan Lindahl. We've seen them a lot here in the game as the Falcons win the face-off, almost taken by the Pointers. And it is for the moment still on River Falls' side of the ice, pointing out of the net to play it. River Falls trying to get it out of there. What a hit! Straight shot from Sean Bunting.
Outside of the crease again.
Proctor was out of the crease to play the puck. Good call there, Raegan. Now the Pointers on the offense. Puck was out in front of the net. Now it's behind. There's a kerfuffle. And the puck slips away. Here comes River Falls as the defenseman for the Pointers try to pin it against the boards. Proctor prepared, going back and around. And it slips out of the stick of Burke Simpson. Where is the puck? It slips out past the face-off circle. Now here comes the Pointers. Icing is waved off. Pointing out of the crease as the Pointers make a line change. Puck is now on the near side corner of the ice. There's Pisarcek getting spun around. Sorry, that's Richards. Puck was out in front, but now River Falls has an opportunity. By way of Reed Loon. Pass to Simpson. Where's the puck up in the air? Now it falls down. Pointers defense has it. River Falls makes a line change. Oh, the Pointers could have taken advantage, but there was a missed pass, and now here comes the Pointers with a new squad of Falcons in. Just over 9 minutes to go in the first period. Quick shot from O'Brien. The puck went in and out of the glove of Boynton as he finally lands on it. And it looks like we're going to have a media timeout here with 9 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the first period, still scoreless between the Pointers and the Falcons.
Yeah, it's been real fast-paced, really aggressive. I love to see it. A lot of pass issues, but we'll get there. If they think they're getting the jitters out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting the jitters out is kind of the name of the game. We're so early on here in the season. Obviously, the Pointers have only played 5 games so far. River Falls has played 6. And the Pointers also haven't played a game in about 10 days. Last week, Tuesday, was their last game, and they had about a week and a half off, obviously playing here home tonight against the Falcons, and they play their second conference game tomorrow night in Superior, Wisconsin, to take on the UW Superior Yellow Jackets, who obviously won the WIAC last year. They kind of came nowhere, much to many WIAC fans' surprise. Also, a little storyline update for those unaware. The WIAC, in order to have a postseason bid, needs 6 teams. Last season, they had 6 teams, but Northland College was that 6th team, and they dropped out. They are no longer a school recognized. So that means they also didn't have a hockey team. And in order for these WIAC teams to try to make the playoffs for the 2025-2026 season, they needed a new WIAC team, so they turned to Beloit College. Welcome Beloit to the WIAC as the Pointers temporarily win the faceoff here with 9 minutes to go. And you can see so far, Pointers have taken more shots. They've got 7 shots on goal tonight, with the Falcons having 3. They've got another chance to get another shot as they're on the Pointers side of the ice. Puck still behind the net, going around the bend. Pass mid-ice. River Falls defensemen take over. Icing waved off. Puck goes behind the net on the Pointer side of the ice. Proctor was ready for it. Puck going now the other way. There's just tight man-to-man action here on the near side of the ice. Here's a shot attempt, though. There's a bit of a stutter. And the attempted shot was from Zach Sondrel. Indeed, it was a nice hit. Here's Sondrel again, passing to one of his teammates, as now the Falcons make a line change. Good time to do it there. But the Pointers intercept the pass, and here comes Stevens Point. Pass. Here we go. Shot is good. Pointers started off 1-0.
Great shot, great setup. They had looked like 3-on-2 for a minute there, but very good passes, and it made up for it.
It was Cody Pisarcek, the freshman out of Alberta, who gets a goal. An awesome opportunity for him as the Pointers start their first conference game up 1-0 with exactly 8 minutes left on the dot here in the first period as the Falcons win the faceoff, but it's poked out by the Pointers. They have another chance. Shot out of the glove, and the Falcons get it out of there. Now River Falls has a chance as I voice crack, but Proctor out of the crease. Got the puck out of there. This has been a much quicker game, at least in my opinion, than last week's game against St. Norbert. Poke check by the Falcons.
Everybody brought their A game tonight.
They did. Nice play there by Adam Racegel, but that, I believe, was called icing. That should be the first of the night. And, of course, Pointers struggled a little bit in the conference last year. They ended up getting second, but they didn't win for the first time in many seasons. It was also the first time in a long time that they didn't make the WIAC championship game in 10 years. They lost to Eau Claire in the semifinals last season. I'm sure a lot of Pointer fans don't want to remember that one, but it's a new year.
That was a long game.
Eftimovsky had it for the moment, but now he's coming out as there's a line change for the Pointers. And River Falls is going to be on the attack. It was a 1-on-2 opportunity for the moment, but it was poked out. It was Tyler Lee for the Falcons who had it for the moment. Once again, Lee had the puck, but now the Pointers will take it out of their own side of the ice. It's Sean Bunting trying to set it up, turning around. Cross ice pass to O'Brien. Now pass to Morris, goes wide. As it's now behind the net on the Falcons side of the ice. Over 6.5 minutes to go here. Almost poked out there by Hamady. Here's the Falcons, near side of the board. Pass almost intercepted as there was a bit of a stumble there from Joseph Manning. Trying to poke it out. River Falls had it. They have it again. And now they're going to set up their next offensive attack if they can get to it. Hamady almost poked it out for the Pointers. And the defensemen for Stevens Point have it on their side of the ice. They're going to get it out of there. On the attack, it's Gabe Randall. Another freshman new this year for this Pointers squad. And the puck goes into the Pointers side of the ice as icing is waved off. There's a slip-through pass under the legs. Poked out. Nice play made there by Gabe Randall. It's River Falls at mid-ice who has the puck for the moment. They're stumbling. They get the exchange, and now here comes a line change for the Falcons. Now the Pointers have the puck. Past mid-ice, past the blue line. Puck going around the bend. Here's Engelbert trying to put it against the boards. Working for it. Gino Colangelo in there to help his teammate as well. And that puck goes flying right in front of the booth. As icing is called, Proctor held the glove up. He was sure of it as we now have a stoppage of play with 5:17 to go in the period. Pointers up 1-0 over the Falcons.
Doing good so far. Loving the way that Alex is super involved in the play. He's always right there to help out his defensemen.
Absolutely. He is always hyper involved. This one has been nice for him as the Pointers win the faceoff. Raegan got the puck in front of the net. Where is it? Here's a shot attempt. Stopped. It was Gino Colangelo had a chance. It's in the corner. Owen Dean also trying to make a play at it. It is currently pinned. There's minimal movement, as the puck finally slipped out. But the Pointers have another chance at it. Oh, and it just goes off the stick. But here's Raegan. Floated up. And it hits the ceiling as we get a small stoppage of play. Looked like the Pointers had a chance to make that one 2-0.
There's a lot of puck wiggling back and forth. Not a lot of control with everybody, but, you know, it's kind of even on both sides right now. I'm not seeing one have control indefinitely over the puck.
Of course, also important to note there has not been a penalty unit yet. Of course, there hasn't been a penalty called. Here's Alex Johnson for the Pointers on the faceoff circle, along with Max Collette as the Pointers won the faceoff. Here's some passes. It's Pisarcek. Shot is blocked by the River Falls defenseman as it takes into the dot lane. And now the Pointers have it on their own side of the ice as they're going to try to attempt their next offensive attack. On the rush, stop for the moment. Johnson, cross-ice pass, little poke. Nice play there. It's Kamilevsky, had a chance, but it goes wide of the net, just outside of the post. Now Blake Norris has it for the Pointers. Kamilevsky was prepared. So is Pisarcek, who's fighting with one of the defensemen right now for the Falcons. Puck on the near side. Big slam. Here comes River Falls. It was Dylan Smith. Proctor out of the crease to play it. Cross ice pass. Trying to bounce it off the boards for Sean Bunting. Nice quick little stop there as the Pointers make a line change. And now here comes Zach Sondrel and these River Falls Falcons. But for now, Proctor makes the save. Raegan, I mean, we're almost a full period into your first ever broadcast here live on air. Obviously, you've worked a ton behind the scenes. This is your first time officially on the mic. How you liking it tonight?
It's very fun. I'm trying to keep it involved. I'm also doing scoreboard tonight as well. So,
I was just about to say, you're tonight's tech director, so you've got a lot going on. Some would say that we're understaffed, but I'm sure at home you wouldn't even be able to tell. It's a smooth operation here at the Willet in Stevens Point, Wisconsin, as we've got about 3.5 minutes here to go in the first period. River Falls trying to get it out of their own side of the ice as it's pinned The puck, that is, pinned against the corner on the boards. Now slipping out, straddling the yellow. A nice wave of the stick there by Hastings, but it was poked out there for River Falls by Ben Portner. Pointers have a chance. O'Brien to Hill. It goes off his stick, and now here's Chmielewski. Goes behind the net. It was Hill that fell, but he gets back up on his skates, takes possession of the puck. Here's a shot straight to the chest, and now Boynton falls on it. There's some chippiness going on here between these Pointers and Falcons. It was number 13 for the Pointers, Sean Bunting, who shoved one of the River Falls defensemen into Boynton. So that's why he had a little bit of some contact there when he was trying to make the save. And you could see a rejection shot back. So that's why these teams just feel physical. They obviously meet with each other several times a season. These teams just straight up do not like each other. You, of course, have to mention the fact that River Falls, who was the 4-seeded team out of 6 in the WIAC playoffs, made it all the way to the WIAC championship game as the shot was wide from O'Brien. We're back in play as the Pointers won their face-off. 2:45 to go here in the first period. Pointers up 1-0. Puck out in front of the net. Nice defense there from River Falls, but hold on, puck goes up and hits the glass. Got a little close to the broadcast booth.
That's all right. We're ready to catch it.
Absolutely. That would hurt. We don't have a glove up by us. Maybe that's what we got to bring. We got to bring a goalie glove next time, as the Falcons have it on their side of the ice, but they're going to get it out of there. Maybe, as it's now at center ice and into the Pointers' side. So they did get it out of there. Proctor out of his crease to make the play of the puck, and he did. A little stop off the shoe, and now Pointers taking it on the rush.
We'll push in.
Puck goes off the glass. Pointers have it at the blue line. They're going to be back on the offense, though, here in a second. It's Alex Johnson. Nice pass there. Going to the other side of the ice, it's Owen Dean. Pass to Chmielewski, but it goes through his legs. A miscommunication, and now River Falls is going to try to take advantage as they take it into the Pointer side of the ice, and the Falcons have a line change. Pointers take it past their blue line. Puck up in the air and lands out of play. That will result in a stoppage of play with 1:34 to go here in the first period. It's been an exciting one so far.
Little souvenir for the fans on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. There on the far side of the ice. Not by the dog pound, the student section, that is. Over in the general fan stationary area. As the Pointers have it. Goes off the stick of Chmielewski towards the River Falls goal. Boynton out of his crease to make a quick play of the puck, as it's still on the Falcon side of the ice. Pisarcek with some contact. Now here comes River Falls. Bit of 1-on-2 action. Backwards pass. Past the stick. The Pointers have a 1-on-1 opportunity. Shot is gloved and saved by Brennan Boynton. Oh my goodness. That was a close one. Wow. The Pointers took advantage. You could hear some fans, I believe some of the River Falls players on their side of the bench screaming, saying, watch out. The Pointers were ready on the offense, and they were. Still a great play there from Brennan Boynton making the save as the Falcons win it on their far side faceoff circle. But here's O'Brien making sure that the puck doesn't leave their side of the ice. It's pinned on the near side glass. O'Brien at it. And so was Hastings for the Pointers. But now the Falcons successfully get the puck past the midline and into the Pointers side of the ice. Under a minute to go. Time winding down for these Falcons here in this first period as they're down 1-0 to these Pointers. Shot attempt off the pads of Proctor. Puck is still live. Bounced off the glass. Nice defense there from Stevens Point. And now the Pointers are on the rush. Quinton Hill. Backward shot. Off of the stick of Hastings, but he's still got the puck as it's going around the bend. And here's O'Brien, who slammed into on the glass. Nice pass there made by Quinton Hill. It's Sean Bunting, who's behind the net right now with the puck. Now it's out wide. Shot attempt for the Pointers is blocked. They get another chance. Once again blocked as we hit the zeros. 1-0, Stevens Point over River Falls here in their first conference game of the season. That'll do us in for the first period. Thank you, everyone, watching. Once again, video is provided by Pointer Studios on their YouTube page, as well as audio being provided by WWSP 90 FM, your only alternative. We'll see you all in about 15 minutes. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the KB Willet Ice Arena, where your UW Stevens Point Pointers are taking on the UW River Falls Falcons here in both teams' first conference matchup of the 2025-2026 season. I am Jacob Spoerl, joined here to my right once again for her first ever broadcast live on air on the mic is Raegan VanWagner. Once again, if you've been watching on video, it has been provided to you by Pointer Studios here on YouTube, with audio provided by WWSP 90 FM. Raegan, are you having fun so far?
Yeah. The game it's very fast-paced. It's going very well. I love to see it. I love to see all the crowd and everybody's so excited, and I love to be here.
Absolutely. I'm just going to say you've been doing a very good job, obviously, here in your first ever game. This is my second ever, as I've mentioned before, doing play-by-play, at least for hockey. I've been through many broadcasts, as now both teams are back out here on the ice with under a minute to go before we start period number 2 of this game. Obviously, the Pointers are up 1-0 over the River Falls Falcons. Each side's defense switched sides on the ice. So Alex Proctor is on the south side, and look over there. Brennan Boynton for the River Falls Falcons is over in the dog pound, the student section, which here at KB Willet Arena is very much mostly known for their animosity and their viciousness, especially talking to Brennan Boynton as he's getting talked to right now by the student section. Boynton currently embracing it, but he won't be, especially if the Pointers score a goal.
Yeah, the dog pound's rather daunting, if I might say myself.
Daunting, that is a nice word over there. Unfamiliar, I'm just kidding. And here in the face-off circle for the Pointers is Chris Engelbert. For the moment, for River Falls, it was number 7, Burke Simpson, but he's seemingly taking himself a second coming back here. Pointers won 11 in the face-off circle in the first period. River Falls won 7, but now make it 8 as they won in that face-off. But the pass is intercepted by Joseph Manning. The Pointers send the puck into the River Falls side of the ice as it straddles the yellow. Bounce pass off the glass, stopped on the skate of River Falls as they have it still here at mid-ice, heading into Pointers territory. Manning had the puck for the moment, swatted off by Cole Telecki for River Falls as it's still on the Falcons side of the ice. They're trying to get it out of there. There's a wipeout for the Pointers, but they have a shot attempt somehow out of all of this. It was poked out, though, by Burke Simpson. And now the Pointers trying to set up their offensive attack still. But the puck went up in the air and out of play, and we have our first stoppage here with 19:05 left to go here in period number 2.
You know, between the two periods, I would love to see a little bit better passing on the Pointers, and just making sure that the passes get to where they're supposed to be going.
Expert color there. You're totally right. A lot of the passes were just incoherent, seemingly not on the same page. We've seen a lot of wipeouts. That may be an issue of Zamboniage, as I'd like to say. Maybe still some wet ice, as once again we got a quick stoppage of play as the puck went back up into the rafters.
Yeah, off that face-off, it went directly on top of one of the players too, so just not a great start for that one.
They're going to retry here on the far side face-off circle of the Falcon side of the ice. Pointers will win the face-off. Shot goes wide and off the pads of Boynton as he now plays on the near side post of his net. Pointers have it on the near side corner. Aftomovsky. Pass goes off the stick of Alex Johnson, now behind the net. Pointers still trying to corral it. They have it at the blue line. Now at the far side face-off circle. River Falls knocks the puck up. Icing is waved off. Aftomovsky trying to chase it, and the puck for the first time in this period is on the Pointers side of the ice. River Falls had a quick moment, defended there by the Pointers. Here's a little slip around on the yellow side, the yellow line. It's Gino Colangelo who has the puck for Stevens Point. As now each team will make a line change. We got a brief moment of transition.
Yeah, the defense for Pointers has been really great so far, really helping out Proctor out in the net.
Here comes the Pointers on the rush. It goes off the stick and off the glass. Offsides waved off. Falcons knock it up. They had a chance to go to a more so of a 1-on-3 scenario, but the puck straddles back on their side of the ice. River Falls side of the ice, that is. And now the Falcons are on the rush. It's a 1-on-2 opportunity. Shot goes off the glove of Alex Proctor. Pin in the corner. Swift hit. One of the Falcons players is down without his stick. As Hill and these Pointers take it. Sorry, that is Adam Racigal, it seemed. They have a chance. Pointing out of his crease to make a play at the puck. As we now have another stoppage of play. And this River Falls bench is not happy with that collision on one of their players.
They're very rowdy down there. They're right underneath the press box for us.
Yes, typically the press box is right above the opposing bench. Once again, would like to mention there has still been no penalty called in this one. Not a single one in the first period and not one so far here in the second period. Remains a relatively clean game, though there's been a lot of chippiness. You see that, though, with the physicality that comes with hockey. As each team prepares on the far side face-off circle on the Falcons side of the ice. Pointers win that one. They've won the most of their face-offs today. Pointing out of the crease to make a play at it. Backwards pass. Goes off the stick, and now here comes the Falcons on the rush. It goes off the stick of Hintz. And a glove save is made there for Alex Proctor. He's been really solid tonight.
Yeah, the Falcons don't seem to be able to control the puck very well tonight. They keep slipping out right when it matters most. But that's good for us Pointers.
That is indeed. Now here on the face-off circle on the near side of the ice, it's the Pointers side of the ice. For the Pointers, it's Gabe Randall. And for the Falcons, it's Ethan Lindahl. They're going to wave it off. They said puck didn't come out of the hand of Peters, who's the official heading the face-off. They got to reset the face-off circle once again. 17 minutes to go here in the second period as the Pointers win the face-off. And here they come on the rush when poked out for the moment by River Falls. It stays back on the Pointers side of the ice. Great job there by these Falcons. And icing is finally called. They took a moment to blow the whistle. Pointers still up 1-0 over the Falcons. Just over 16 and a half minutes to go here in period number 2. Now back on the face-off circle here on the far side of the Pointers side of the ice. We get another stoppage here. And in the face-off circle is Gabe Randall again for the Pointers. And it was Max Collette for these Falcons as they win a face-off. It's behind the net now. Coming around trying to get to the puck was Richards for the Pointers. O'Brien takes it, and now the Pointers are back in the offense. On the Falcons side of the ice, collision behind the net. The Dog Pound loved to see it as this puck takes it past the blue line and into the Pointer zone. Pass to Joseph Manning. Pass center ice. It's to Kemelevsky. Coming towards the net. The pass goes wide of the stick. I believe that was intended for, might have been Manning. Pass here off the skate. River Falls takes over the puck. Now they're on the rush. Dean couldn't corral it. It went off the stick of Dylan Smith as he's back onto the bench. River Falls had a line change. Pointers trying to take over here. River Falls, nice poke there. That was Burke Simpson. He's been heavily involved today, one of the starters for this River Falls squad. Proctor is ready for the shot. If it comes his way, it went off the pad. He was ready for it. It's another save for Alex Proctor. And now here comes the Pointers. Goes off the stick as Stevens Point makes a line change. It's on River Falls side of the ice. Here's a pass to center ice. River Falls trying to make something happen. It's Alex Atwill, one of the starters for this River Falls squad. Puck went up in the rafters. But it was Nico Kemelevsky who had it land. He had another chance to try to knock it in the goal. Nice save there from Brennan Boynton. The Falcons have it on the offense. Backwards pass. Couldn't be corralled by Max Collette. And now here comes these Pointers. Pass center ice. They're on the rush. Bit of a stumble. Ooh, a slam there.
Really close pass too.
It was close to being a goal. Pointers trying to get up 2-0 and really make it a hard time for Brennan Boynton. But the Falcons seemingly survive that encounter, and they do. Quick line changes made there. Here comes the Pointers. Slow transition. They couldn't get it off in time. And
Big
now
hits.
the Falcons have the puck. Almost poked out by Mosier. Puck goes in and around as there's a stoppage of play. And it looks like it might be a penalty against the Pointers. And it is. Penalty is called on Cody Pisarcek for a late hit. He's the freshman out of Alberta. So the Pointers will send their penalty kill unit, and the Falcons will be on the power play. There's going to be a face-off here on the near side of the ice. It's on the Pointer side of the ice between Quentin Hill and for River Falls is Ben Portner. Pointers win the face-off, bounce off the glass, and the puck will straddle into River Falls side of the ice. Nice pass there by F. Tomovsky.
We lost the stick again.
Another lost stick. One of the Pointers lost it, just has to keep going. That was Hunter Hastings. Puck is behind the net. River Falls on the power play here. About a minute and a half left of this power play. Just over 13 and a half minutes to go here in the second period. Puck finally slips out. River Falls has a chance. Pass. Shot goes just barely off the stick of Gavin Middendorf. River Falls has another chance. Middendorf has it. Puck is out. Now it's a shot. It's good. We are tied.
Yeah, you seem to jinx it a little bit with the penalty shot there. So
great discipline there from River Falls. They had a couple of slips out there. Alex Atwell was in there. So was Gavin Middendorf. But the power kill unit for the Pointers was unsuccessful, as this game now is tied at 1 apiece with 13 minutes and 19 seconds to go as we're here at center ice on the faceoff. Pointers win it for now, back at full strength. That was almost a shot. Boynton was out of the crease, had to make a diving save. And now, after the stoppage of play, we'll get another face-off in the far side face-off circle of the Falcons side of the ice.
the dogs are ready and they're hungry.
They are hungry. Dog Pound is ready for another goal as the puck went right to the chest of Brennan Boynton. Nice save there. He has had himself a very nice second period, making several saves here. It seems like the Pointers have been on the attack, but have not gotten a lot of shots off. Meanwhile, River Falls wasn't doing a ton offensively up until they were able to get on the power play and obviously scored their first goal of the night, tying this game up. Seemed like the Falcons won the face-off circle, and it strays into the Pointers' side of the ice. The defenseman for the Pointers trying to get it out of there, and they do. Pass came from Joseph Manning. They're on the attack. Shot is well short of the goal. Boynton is ready, though. Where's the puck? It's still behind the net. Pointers have a chance. Bounce pass off the glass and out of play.
A little chippy down there.
And there's some hand fighting, little pushing and shoving over there at the far side corner. And they finally break that up. Looked like Joseph Manning for the Pointers and Cole Telecki for the Falcons were in on the kerfuffle. As we now have about 12 minutes and 41 seconds here left in the second period. Obviously, it's a tie game between Stevens Point and River Falls. Here's the face-off. Another swift stoppage. And puck slips out. It was out in front of the net for the moment. Now going backwards, it's at mid-ice. The Pointers corral it. It's O'Brien who just sends it out behind the net. Going around. Pointers still have a chance here. Defenseman for the River Falls Falcons trying to get it out. but the puck went out in front of the net very quickly. Nice save there by Brennan Boynton again.
He's been on a roll tonight, just stopping. No matter what pressure comes his way.
Yes. And it looks like they're going to be on the far side face-off circle once more. A lot of stoppages here in these last couple of minutes. Haven't seen it much from this very quick game, especially in the first period. Pointers still have a scoring opportunity. Several passes. Oh my goodness. Boynton was out of the crease, not ready for it. But the defensemen of the Falcons take advantage. But no, Ryan Hintz for the Pointers sends it back into the Falcons side of the ice. Collision on the boards. Puck slips out for the moment. Shot wide. Went back up into the rafters. Fell back onto the ice. Now in the Pointers zone. And Stevens Point is now going to be back on the attack. It was Hunter O'Brien who was taking the puck. Gets upended. Big collision there. Puck is still behind the net of River Falls. Slipping out for the moment. Nice defense as now Pisarcek has the puck for the Pointers. Cross ice pass. Gets his man as the puck is now sent. It's out behind the net of River Falls.
Ooh,
still in River Falls side of the zone. Big hit there. It looked like it was one of tonight's captains who made the hit. Sean Bunting for the Pointers.
Yeah, that was a big upset.
And it's going to be another penalty against Stevens Point. Only a couple minutes ago was the first penalty of the game called against Stevens Point. River Falls was on the power play and of course scored, tying this game up. And we don't have a number yet, but I think it will be Sean Bunting, and it was. He was the one that delivered that hit. One of the captains of this team is in the penalty box. The Pointers have their power kill unit back out, and the Falcons back on the power play. Under 11 and a half minutes to go here on the face-off circle. On the Pointers side of the ice, it's on the near side. And the Falcons win it as they set up the attack by way of Alex Atwill. Lost it for a moment. Poked out by Gabe Randall, it looked like. No, it was Alec Comedy. It's at center ice. River Falls taking some time. Now they're going to set up their next rush on the offense on the near side. Going around. Proctor out of his crease to make a play at the puck. Sends it out, and the puck goes in and out of play as we get a quick stoppage here with 1:33 left here on the power play for River Falls. Just under 11 minutes left in this second period, so we are almost at the halfway point of this game as the Pointers make a line change, sending Mosier, Pisarcek, Eftimovsky, and Engelbert out on the ice for their power kill unit. Face off, won by the Pointers. Pass goes off the glass as Alex Atwill for the Falcons makes his way at the blue line. Puck for the moment just goes off the stick of Ben Portner. Nice way to get the puck out of there. This power kill unit so far for the Pointers is looking a little bit better than last time.
You know, just trying to help out Alex any way that they can. One man down, that puts a lot of pressure on him.
And here comes the Falcons. They've got a chance, setting up the attack, but the pass just goes off the stick of Atwill. Puck is at the near side corner. Nice pass out of there. It was Michael Eftimovsky who got it out of there, and here's a line change for the Pointers and the Falcons. 45 seconds left on the power play for River Falls. Cross ice pass for a moment was stopped. I believe that was Quentin Hill. As now Hunter Hastings is back in the game for the Pointers. Here comes River Falls on the rush. Quick movement, shot is gloved by Proctor.
Great save, great save.
And he's got a little message to Johnny Myers, who was the Falcon that took the shot. And of course, Proctor's the one making the save. We now have 29 seconds left in the power play for River Falls as we hit the halfway point of this game. 9:52 to go here in the second period. River Falls wins the faceoff. Pass goes back to the way of Cole Telecki. Shot was blocked. It's behind the net. Proctor was straddling the post. River Falls has another chance. Only 12 seconds left in the power play for the Falcons. Behind the net, 10 seconds. Behind the net again. Only 5 seconds left in the power play. Final shot attempt, blocked by the defenseman. And there it is, the Pointers are back at full strength. A successful penalty kill unit for Stevens Point. Joseph Manning trying to get the puck out of there. It's still on Stevens Point's side of the ice with just over 9 minutes to go here in the second period. As River Falls will now make a quick line change, but it looks like the Pointers are going to finally get it out of their own territory. Not now, maybe in some moments, as Proctor came out of the crease to make a play at the puck. It's at center ice. Now back to the Pointers side of the ice. Oh my goodness. It has been all defense these last 3 minutes for Stevens Point.
Playing a game of hot potato with the puck over here.
And the Pointers finally on the offense. First time in several minutes. They have offensive possession, but now it's past the blue line and at center ice. Pass to Blake Norris. Pass back to Hunter O'Brien, it seemed. Puck up in the air, landed back into play. Puck out in front. River Falls on the attack. Goes off the stick of Norris. Pointers take over possession once more of the puck. Puck is behind the net of River Falls. Defensemen are just trying to get out of there. Almost a little Euro step. Great possession there by Tyler Lee. As the pass now sends the puck back into the Pointers side of the ice. Under 8 minutes to go in the second period, it's a tie game between Stevens Point and River Falls. Quick pass, stopped for the moment by Engelbert, who has so far been the offensive, just overall MVP of this Pointer squad throughout the first 5 games of the season. Leads the team in goals and points. Here comes Engelbert. Going around, shot, blocked for the moment. Trying to get back to the puck, he will. At the corner, gets slammed into. And now one of his other Pointer teammates will have to take over as it gets to the near side corner. Coming around the bend. Pass. Just wide for the moment. They try to set it up. Puck is behind the net. Boynton ready to try to make a save. Pointers still have the puck, but it was an errant pass that went straight to River Falls. Moser takes it as they're caught in transition. The Pointers have a chance here. But the defenseman just got there in time. Quick shot, goes high. Puck is still loose. It is behind the net. Now at the corner. Oh my gosh, it was a phantom fall by Gino Colangelo. Puck goes past Aftomovsky. River Falls trying to make something happen by way of Reed Loon. Blake Simpson got back to the puck. Loon behind the net. Pass Simpson, another shot is wide. Pointers take over, under 6.5 to go. Here's a one-on-one opportunity. Shot! No good. Finally, Boynton makes the glove save. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm noticing that the passes are really just getting in the way of both teams. If we could just get a better pass game, set it up a little bit better, this would be a completely different hockey game.
Yes, it will. As we're going to have a media timeout in this stoppage of play. With just over 6 minutes to go here in this one. Obviously the game still tied at 1 apiece between River Falls and Stevens Point. We can take a quick look here at some of the schedule that we got going on. Obviously yesterday, UW Stout took on Beloit, the brand new member of the WIAC, where Stout took an 8-3 victory over Beloit. And that is why, if you see the standings, UW Stout, the Blue Devils, are currently on top of the conference rankings. Obviously, right now, Point is taking on one of their conference opponents, River Falls. And we can take a quick look at the other conference game in the WIAC that's going on right now between UW Superior and UW Eau Claire. Eau Claire at the bottom of the conference, or at least second to last, at 1-2. But they're winning 1-0 over UW Superior, who of course won the WIAC last season. Here on the face-off on River Falls side of the ice, we had maybe 2 seconds of play before the puck went out of play, so we got another stoppage. On the face-off, it looks like the Pointers win it. Bounce pass, off the glass. Nice shot there. That was a long shot from Ryan Hintz, it seemed. There's a little bump. It's in the far side corner of the Falcon side of the ice. Now the puck is behind the net. And there's a stumble by Quentin Hill. They want some illegal contact, the dog pound does, but there will be no call for it. Shot is blocked for the moment by the defenseman for River Falls. Puck at the blue line. Pointers still have a chance here. As the puck goes up in the air. Nice little move there by a tall 6'0" Sean Bunting. Shot. Blocked and out of play. Clock stops with 5 minutes and 17 seconds left in this one. And something we just got to mention. The Pointers, at least from the most recent stats we've got up here for the scorekeeper in KB Willett, the Pointers have 21 shots on goal. River Falls has 11, yet this is a tie game. And of course, you got to mention the fact that River Falls has had 2 power play opportunities. The Pointers have had none. And here comes the Falcons as they finally take it into the Pointer territory. Out and behind the net. Proctor out of the crease to make the play at it. Here's Joseph Manning. Cross ice pass. Into River Falls zone. It's at the corner. Pinned against the boards. When will the puck break free? Right now. Shot attempt for the Pointers. And around. Puck in front of the goal. Did he get on it? And there's a big fight going on here. What happened? It looked like Boynton made the save. He's back up on his feet. Several Pointers and Falcons are wrapped up there on the near side post of the net. Boynton needs to take a little break. He had some heavy contact there. But it looks like when he fell, he didn't fall on the puck at first. That's why you saw so much contact. Obviously, you can't make contact with the goalie when he's made the save or trying to make the save. But I think, I'm not sure what the call will be. It looks like it might be against both teams.
Dog Pound is not happy with what they've been seeing.
Not at all. I'm not sure if they want an ejection. Obviously, they're more biased, but they also are much closer to the play. We are on the opposite side of the rink. They are right up on the opposing goal. The official's still talking right here in front of the box, and it will be a penalty against both teams. So, for Stevens Point, Nico Kemelevsky is going to be penalized. And for River Falls, Tyler Lee will be penalized. Both have been prominent players in this one. So it's going to be nice 5-on-5 action. Not including goalies, so looks like the official decision is made. There's still some discussion. And I think the Pointer fans were upset because they obviously only wanted the penalty to be on River Falls. It's called against both teams, so the Pointers still will not be on the power play necessarily. River Falls has already had the 2 opportunities, of course, resulting in one of those was a goal that has them tied in this game. And I'm not sure what the discussion still is. It looks like we're going to finally continue here. These penalties will take about half of the remainder of the duration we have here in the second period. What a quick face-off. River Falls seemingly wins it. As we now have minimal action. Now here we got something. River Falls on the rush. It's a 1-on-2 backspin. Trying to get it out. Great poke check there from Aiden Mosier. River Falls still has the puck on the Pointer side of the ice. Here comes the Falcons, waving around. It was Portner, but now it's Margineau. It's Torres. Now it's Selecki. Shot wide of the goal. Nice play made there by Proctor as we're about halfway through this dual penalty. Here comes Owen Dean and these Pointers. Now Joseph Manning has the puck. Pass goes off the stick for the moment. Trying to be corralled. It was trying to be corralled by Chris Engelbert, who's of course the offensive MVP so far. Under a minute left in this 5-on-5. River Falls still has the puck on their side of the ice. And now they're going to take it, trying to attempt the rush, although it's heavily clouded by this Pointers defense. And they take over there. Nice job. Here comes Michael Leftimovsky into Falcons territory. Puck is behind the net for on River Falls side of the ice. Under 30 seconds left for the penalty before both teams go back to full strength. Pass backwards. Off the stick. Pointers still maintain possession. They got about 10 seconds left to make a shot. Here in the penalty opportunity. Out in front. Blocked by one of his own players. Shot goes wide. And now both teams are back to full strength. After all that, it is gloved by Brennan Boynton, and the clock stops with 2:39 left to go here in the second period.
Yeah, there was looking like there was going to be an opportunity for the Pointers down there, but it's okay. Everybody's back at full strength, and we'll see what we can get out of this next bit.
A lot happened right there. We've had a lot more stoppages of play that I think have slowed down the attack for the Pointers, at least in the second period. But hockey is a battle of 3 periods, and that's what it's going to come down to in this one. Pointers win the faceoff. Shot attempt, high, and there it is! Shot is good! Pointers retake the lead! And guess who it was? It was the freshman, Gabe Randall. He's done a lot in this game. And that man right there is the future of this Pointer squad. You'll love to see it as he's in here on the faceoff.
They took advantage of that, and they did what needed to be done, caught them off guard.
Absolutely. It was just out of the faceoff after the glove save from Boynton. One shot, I believe, Richards tried making. The shot went off of Boynton's glove, but because he didn't make the initial stoppage, Gabe Randall took opportunity of it. As we're going to get another pause here in this face-off. It's between Gabe Randall for the Pointers and Burke Simpson for the Falcons. 2:31 to go as the Pointers now have the lead. 2-1 over the Falcons. Nice hit there. And the puck went in and out of play again. It's another stoppage. Oh my goodness. There's not been a ton of successful face-off circles because right after the face-off happens, you get a stoppage. And there we go. The Falcons win the face-off. O'Brien couldn't handle it. Hintz is ready for it, but O'Brien will get back on the puck on their own side of the ice. The Pointer side of the ice, that is. Cross-ice pass. It's Hamady. Lost the puck for the moment. It was poked out by these Falcons. Proctor out of the crease to make a play of the puck. Goes out and behind the net. 2 minutes to go left here in the second period. Puck went off the stick of Richards. And here comes Richards on the 1-on-2. Shot goes off the pads. He had another chance, but it went off the post. Oh my goodness. Another shot attempt goes wide. The Pointers could score again. Here they come. Out in front. Falcons take over on defense and finally get it back into the Pointer side of the ice. But it is icing.
Seems that the goalie had lost his stick down there.
Indeed, Boynton did. wow. We got 1:25 here. 2-1. Raegan, what are you thinking?
It's high pressure right now. Hopefully they can get something going again in this last bit of this period.
And they almost did right there, Raegan. Oh, man, the shot went wide. It was Aiden Mosier who had a chance. And the puck is on the near side of the boards. When will it spring loose? It's still pinned on the boards with a minute to go in the second period, that is. Puck finally slips out past the blue line. Adam Raegan, as the Falcons had to make a quick line change. Nice defense there, though. They weren't caught in transition, but they almost were. And now the Falcons are here on the rush. They've got a chance, but the puck went up into the rafters, back onto the ice. Alex Johnson wasn't ready for it, but the Pointers still able to corral. Out and behind the net, 35 seconds to go in the second period. Pointers at this point are in survival mode. Here on the defensive side of the ice, 23 seconds left. It's pinned in the far side corner, 20 seconds left. Clock counting down as there's minimal movement on the puck. Still in the corner. Finally slips out. Only 10 seconds. River Falls trying to set it up. Shot! Just wide. 5 seconds. River Falls trying to make something happen with 2 seconds, and they cannot. The clock hits 0 as period number 2 comes to a close. The Pointers retake the lead up 2-1 over the Falcons as we have a quick intermission before we head to period number 3 and see the conclusion of this one. It's been a fun one, Raegan.
It has. It's been very aggressive. Love to see the fast pace and the energy from both teams, especially the Pointers.
Absolutely. This has been a much more physical game than last week's home opener against the Green Knights. And this conference opener for both River Falls and for Stevens Point has not disappointed. Once again, if you have been watching, video has been brought to you by Pointer Studios here on YouTube, with audio brought to you by WWSP 90 FM. We'll be back in about 12 minutes. Stay tuned. Welcome everybody back to WIAC action here at the KB Willet Ice Arena, the first conference matchup between your UW Stevens Point Pointers and the UW River Falls Falcons as we enter the third and potentially final period, at least, of regulation. In this one, obviously the Pointers retook the lead late there in the second period. They're back up 2-1 over River Falls. Obviously earlier on in that first period, Cody Pisarcek scored. Then about halfway through, a little under halfway through the second period, Keenan Ingram scored, River Falls' only goal. And of course the freshman Gabe Randall scored pretty late there in the second period to re-give the Pointers the lead as both teams are about to come back onto the ice. Of course, I am Jacob Spoerl, joined here to my right. Once again, I'm going to say it the last time for our first ever broadcast here on the mic, Raegan VanWagner. If you've been watching online, video is brought to you by Pointer Studios here on YouTube, with audio brought to you by WWSP 90 FM.
Yeah, I would love to keep seeing the interaction between the Pointers and the Falcons stay aggressive and full of energy just for this final period. And if we can keep that, I think the Pointers have a really good shot of taking this one.
They do. Of course, they have the lead. They had it exiting the first period. They have it exiting the second period. As both teams are now back out on the ice, opposing goalies Alex Proctor for the Pointers back right in front of his student section on the opposing side. For River Falls at the goalie position is Brennan Boynton. As both lines, defensemen and forwards for the Pointers and the Falcons back onto the ice. 20 minutes left here in this one. Pointers have 26 shots on goal. River Falls has 13. Wow. As we're here at center ice, and the Pointers win the faceoff. Pass already goes in and behind the net, and already we got some speedy play. Just about 10 seconds into this one. Puck straddles into the Pointers' side of the ice. Fresh wet ice here as all the skates are making their prints. Pinned here on the near side corner. Floated up and around. Icing is waved off at the final second. As the puck is taken back around center ice, it's at the blue line. Pointers pass gets way to Owen Dean. Great possession there of the puck, but unfortunately that'll be the end of that possession for the Pointers, as now the Falcons defense takes it. And now the Pointers defensemen have it as the River Falls Falcons make their first line change here in this third period. 19 minutes to go in this one, as the puck for the moment just barely got away from Michael Eftimovsky. And now River Falls has a chance to score. Oh, it just went wide of Alex Proctor. They got lucky. Here's a cross-ice pass to Kemelevsky. Pointers have a chance. Nice defense there from the Falcons, though. Luke Marnigo helped block that shot as it went up into the rafters, and we got a stoppage of play with 18:42 left to go here in the third period.
Yeah, the energy right out of the gate is great. It's great to see it. The Pointers are aggressive, and they're trying to stay in possession.
Here in the face-off circle for the Pointers, at least, is Quentin Hill. Ooh, there was a shot attempt there. Right, fresh out of the face-off circle. But now the Falcons take it. Here's a bounce pass off the glass. But now the Pointers have it. Sean Bunting knocks it back onto River Falls side of the ice. Boynton was out of his crease to make a play at the puck. And here comes the Falcons on the rush. Past center ice. Oh, what a hit! Oh my goodness! As we get a swift stoppage of play, are they going to call a penalty on this? That was on Sean Bunting, and it looks like he's getting sent to the box. His second time today, and River Falls, for the third time in this game, will be on the power play.
Yeah, I was just thinking this earlier when we mentioned that there hadn't been any penalties yet, that we kind of jinxed it because there's been a couple of.
There is such a thing as the announcer's jinx, and for the one swift, quick moment, brief moment I should say, where the Pointers thought they would be on the power play, they also had a player out. So it was 5-on-5 action. Powers still haven't had a power play in this one, as the Pointers won the face-off. The Falcons have it on their own side of the ice as they're going to attempt it here on the power play. Went past Hastings. This doesn't look good for the Pointers. Set up shot for the Falcons out in front. Shot went wide for now as it's behind the ice, or sorry, behind the net.
Great defense on the Pointers.
Absolutely. Here's a line change there as the puck straddles into River Falls side. We're about a quarter into the power play for the Falcons. And here they come. Past the blue line, in the dot lane, now past center ice. In and behind the net. Proctor out of his crease to make a play at the puck. Minute 10 to go for the Falcons on the power play. Almost poked away, and a wipeout there from Pisarcek. A lot of stumbles. Pointers have a chance! Oh my goodness! They almost scored on the power kill unit. Under a minute to go for the Falcons power play. They've got the puck. Cross ice pass. Finally finds his man. It took a long time as it's on the far side of the rink. And the Pointers got it out of there. This has been a great power kill unit so far. Line change is made for the Pointers. 40 seconds left in the power play for River Falls. And here they come, coming out of their own territory. Here's the pass. Puck out around. Falcons have a chance out in front. And it is saved by Proctor.
Great save by Proctor there, and looks like he was talking to one of the defensemen down there as well on the Falcons side.
Ooh, that was a lot of fast-paced stuff as we're now about 3/4 in to this Falcons power play. 29 seconds left on it, specifically on the near side face-off circle. The Falcons win it as they have the advantage. Ooh, the puck hit the post. Pointers almost got it out of there off the rebound, though. It is on the near side boards. Puck finally slips out. Falcons regain possession. Nice pass, but it just went past the stick of Dylan Smith. And that should do it. The power kill unit is successful for the moment, and there it is. The Pointers are back to full strength. Just over 16 minutes to go to this one. Big hit there on the glass. As the puck is at the River Falls blue line. That was almost a diving interception. You see that in football. Pointers have the puck. Have the chance to make something on offense. As the puck is now behind the net for River Falls side of the ice. The Pointers make a line change. They won't get caught in transition. Went just off the stick of Kemelevsky, it seemed. No, sorry, that was Eftimovsky. Here's an opportunity for the Pointers. It's Hastings, but he couldn't corral it. And one of the Pointers lost their stick. He wanted a penalty, so does this dog pound, but they won't get it. Pointers could make something happen here. Just over 15 minutes to go here in the third period. Puck is behind the net. Pointers had a quick chance. It was Alec Hammond. He tried to score a goal. Puck out in front. Oh, man. Pointers offense has continued to stay relentless. Another stick has been lost. River Falls on the line change. Almost caught in transition. Puck now behind the net. Under 15 minutes to go here in the third period. Nice play by one of the River Falls defensemen. It was Zach Sondrel. Here's Hamady. Got it poked out there by Reed Loon, and Hamady lost his stick for the moment. It's still out by center ice. Puck now behind the Pointers net. Trying to find something to happen as now Stevens Point has a line change. Gino Colangelo's back on the ice. And here comes Stevens Point. They had time to prepare. Great stuff there. It's Michael Eftimovsky. Backwards pass to Gino Colangelo, who got slammed into the glass. Puck goes into the Pointers side of the ice as icing is called the first time in many minutes. We get a stoppage here with 14 minutes and 1 second left here in the third period.
The energy has not dulled for the Pointers, and I love to see it. They're aggressive no matter what side of the rink that they're on.
No doubt about that. Eftimovsky wins the faceoff for the Pointers. Here's Adam Racigal. Pass to Owen Dean. Cross ice pass. Finds his man. Shot. goes off the pad of Boynton. Here's Owen Dean, who's got the puck now. Shot out in front and goes wide. River Falls defense was nice there as they're now on the rush. Almost had a chance to have a one-on-one opportunity, but it just goes off the stick of Minnendorf, and we get a stoppage of play as icing was called. And it is a stoppage of play with 13 minutes and 39 seconds left here in the third period. Here on the face-off circle is Alex Johnson for the Pointers and Burke Simpson for the Falcons. Pointers went in for the moment after Mofsky got shoved down, and now here comes River Falls. Great puck possession there. Oh my goodness, Proctor got blown up as we get a stoppage of play. It did not look intentional though, and Proctor helps the Falcon up. That's great sportsmanship there by Alex Proctor.
Just a little bit of a trip, and you can't do much when you fall on the ice. You just slide right into whatever will stop you.
Of course, when there's no blades on the ice, your body goes the way the ice takes you. You really lose all control. So the officials are just going to reset the net, and we're just going to get a face-off here in the far side circle on the Pointers side of the ice. Just under 13 and a half minutes to go in this one. Falcons down 2-1. But here's the Pointers on the attack. On the rush is Alex Johnson. Turns around for the moment. Pass was intercepted after Mofsky trying to poke it out. As the puck will now straggle back onto the Pointers side of the ice. And now back onto the Falcons side of the ice. It's behind the net. Boynton was out of the net. Oh, goodness. Pointers had a chance. Great effort there from Nico Komilevsky. And it's on the far side corner. Oh, a quick shot there from Johnson. Just got it out. Nice save there from Boynton. River Falls finally takes over as Komilevsky was tripped up. Here comes River Falls. 2-on-2. Shot! Wide of the net. Oh, my goodness. Proctor had to make a butterfly save. Now here comes the Pointers. Past the blue line. River Falls takes over again. Here's a one-on-one opportunity. Shot! Saved by Proctor! Here comes the Pointers. River Falls might have been caught in transition. Just over 12 minutes to go. Pointers trying to set something up. Backwards pass from Hastings. It's Quentin Hill who's got it. Shot. Wide. Here's Mosier and Hastings. Pass finds Bunting. It's behind the net. Hastings taking it for the Pointers. Taking his time with it as well. Puck goes behind the net again. It's Gabe Randall who's got it. Cross-ice pass, sorry. There's a lot of contact there in the corner. Pointers have a chance on this one. Pass to Mosier. Mosier towards the net. High. Went above the crossbar. Another shot attempt. Stopped there by the River Falls defenseman. And the puck slips loose. Here's another one-on-one. Oh, no. Stopped there. Great effort from this Pointers defense. It was a one-on-one opportunity for Johnny Myers as River Falls is forced to make a line change. Wow.
Points defense has really been helping them out. They've been really helping clean up and get the puck out of Proctor's zone.
As icing is waved off the final second as it's back on River Falls side of the ice. Under 11 minutes to go in this one. Pointers still up 2-1. Trying to maintain the lead instead of extend it. No icing here. Proctor out to make a play at the puck. River Falls makes a line change. Bounce pass to Hastings as it gets banged into River Falls bench. Oh my goodness! The puck almost hit me in the face. Are you kidding me? That went straight up in the air, right in front of the box. Sorry, the press box that is, and fell into River Falls bench. As we get a little jump around here at the Willet.
We got a little particles of the ceiling falling down, raining down on us from that. Real close, real close.
Oh, I thought it was snowing. Here's on the near side face-off circle is Evdomovsky. But it is a victory out of the face-off for River Falls, but now the Pointers have a chance. Nice job there, end around. Oh, just went wide of the post. Ryan Hintz. almost had a shot on goal and almost went in. Now the Pointers have another chance. Defended for the moment. Here's Engelbert. Bounce pass. O'Brien. Pass to the corner. Just over 10 minutes to go. Pointers trying to extend their lead right here. By way of Gino Colangelo. Slips out. River Falls has a chance to take over, and here they come. Into the Pointers side of the ice. There's a couple of wipeouts in each zone. It's hard to keep track of, but the Pointers have possession of the puck. Line change for River Falls. And it seems offsides is called as there's some extracurricular activity here. Engelbert getting shoved around. And it seems like he was getting shoved around by Alex Atwill, the sophomore forward for these Falcons.
Yeah, got a little dicey out there. Anytime that they run into each other, there's a little bit of a kerfuffle, it seems to be the theme.
Absolutely. Kerfuffle is the name of the game as we now take a media timeout with 9:50 to go. 9:50 to go here in the third period. Obviously, Stevens Point down 2-1. We're going to look around the WIAC at least here for UW Eau Claire and UW Superior. That is the other conference matchup that is going on. It says, at least for right now, that they're still in the second period. Eau Claire still maintains their lead up 1-0 over the Yellow Jackets. Eau Claire trying to get their first conference win of the season.
If we can see just a little bit more puck control from the Pointers, especially when they come around the net like that, we could really have a couple more goals on us.
Right indeed. We're at the far side dot facing the Falcons side of the ice. Pointers win the face-off, but it's taken over by the Falcons as Kemelevsky was tripped up. Here's a little spin around. Nice moves. Shot goes wide of the net. Falcons still have the puck. Another shot goes wide to the other side of the net. That was the near side post as the puck slowly traveled back to the net and Proctor made the save. The puck went to the far side post, the near side post, and then scrabbled to the near side post where Proctor could finally make the save. Was that play-by-play enough for you?
Beautiful. Couldn't have done it better myself.
Oh, no, not too sure about that one. 9.5 minutes to go on this one. As face-off concludes, Pointers take over behind the net. Quentin Hill has it. Nice little juke there. And here comes the Pointers rush. Alex Johnson almost had it loose and eventually does. Kemelevsky tries to poke it out, but he will not. Here comes the Falcons as they're going backwards, trying to find a new angle, and they will. On the offensive attack is the Falcons. Poked out by the Pointers, but it goes right to these River Falls defensemen, specifically Cole Telecki's got it. Shot attempt. Oh, just high the net. It was wide, under 9 minutes to go on this one. Pointers take over by way of Kemelevsky. He's got the puck right now and is pushed to the corner. That's where the puck is, and it's now behind the net. Here comes River Falls. It was a pass by way of Gavin Minnendorf, who had the assist earlier on the goal. The only goal for these Falcons. As the puck goes way wide of the net, Boynton had his stick up there trying to whack it. And here's Sean Bunting pinned to the glass. Now here comes the Falcons. The pass was intercepted by the Pointers, and it's now back behind the net. Boynton went well out of the net to make a play of that one. Didn't really need to. Here are the Pointers. Bounce pass and a big shove there after he passed it. That was Quentin Hill for Stevens Point. 8 minutes to go. Here's the pass. And just a straggle shot to the goal. Proctor had time. He'll bounce it off the boards. And here comes the Pointers. It's a 2-on-3. Here's this nice hit of the brakes. Pointers trying to set up their next shot. It hits the shoe of one of the forwards for River Falls. The Pointers still have the puck. Shot! Out in front! And it somehow didn't travel in the goal. The Pointers take it back, though, by way of Gabe Randall. He's already got a goal in this one. And the shot goes wide again. Over 7 minutes to go. Still a 2-1 game in what has been a scoreless yet very eventful third period. Shot is saved by Boynton. Oh my goodness, Alec Hammoney almost had it.
That was really close. A couple of them. There was a couple of different opportunities where we could have had a 3-1 lead over here.
Several opportunities missed. You are right, Raegan. As I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit, but still trying to maintain the energy. Just over 7 minutes to go in this one. Pointers up 2-1. Not sure the last time the stat keepers have updated the stats on shots on goal. It still says 26 for Stevens Point and 12 for River Falls as the Pointers win the face-off circle, but the pass just goes off the stick of Aiden Mosier. Puck is behind the net. And out the corner, River Falls trying to get it out of there. It's still pinned to the boards. Finally slips out. River Falls defense stands strong. The Pointers still relentless as they don't let it to go to their own side of the ice, Eftimovsky made sure to keep it in play. But now the stick will travel all the way to the Pointer side of the ice. Icing is waved off. Proctor hands it to one of his teammates. And now the Pointers will take their time for their next offensive surge. Here's the pass as they try to set something up. Here's a little scoop. And it is scooped out of play. So we'll have a stoppage here just over 6 minutes to go.
Yeah, the Pointers can feel the energy. The dog pound is still, everybody's still here and cheering on their Pointers. And everybody's having fun.
It's a close one. Pointers at this point trying to eliminate the possibility of overtime. River Falls just trying to score. Stay in this one. It's still a one-possession game. Out of the face-off circle. Pointers win it for the moment as they keep this puck alive, straddling the yellow. It's Pisarcek, but it just went right past the stick. Now O'Brien's got it for the Pointers. Back to Pisarcek. Going out and around. Nice hit there in the corner. River Falls trying to escape by way of Cole Tulecki. And the Falcons get out of a sticky situation. Pass. It's a 2-on-3. The pass went wide of the net. Slippery surface here. It's in the far side corner. River Falls maintains possession of the puck on the Pointer side of the ice. Pass goes wide of the net again. Proctor was ready though. Shot again hits one of his own teammates, that is, for River Falls. It hit the back of Gavin Minnendorf. Bounce pass from Zach Sondrel to keep it onto the Pointer side of the ice. Sondrel's got it again. Here's the pass. Nice move there from Keenan Ingram. He's already got a goal in this game. Ingram trying to hold on to the puck, and he will. Far side face-off circle. Back to Ingram. Shot! Just wide of the net. Almost got his second goal of the night, but he's going to make a line change. And here comes the Pointers as they have a big line change. And the puck went past the glove of Boynton. Under 5 minutes to go in this one. Pointers keep the puck alive. It's behind the net of River Falls. It went past the stick of one of the defensemen, it seemed, for River Falls. It was Ethan Lindahl, one of the forwards. As it goes out and behind the net. Proctor was there, pinned down about the corner, or a little outside of it, more so towards the far side face-off circle on the Pointer side of the ice. Nice moves there for River Falls, but it's futile as the Pointers have the puck, and that's got to be tripping. And there's the call. Without a doubt, as clear as day, it will be tripping called against Alex Atwill, who's done a lot for this River Falls offense. But for the first time today, your Pointers will be on the power play.
That one couldn't have been more obvious. I'm glad that the refs saw that one. There's been a couple different tripping attempts tonight that I could see from up in the press booth.
That one was unmissable. It was possession for the Pointers, and Atwill just had a quick sweep of the leg from his stick. The Pointers are on the power play. 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Will the Falcons survive this, or can the Pointers extend their lead and try to escape with their first home victory of this 2025 season? O'Brien pass, trying to set something up. Dean in front of the net. Shot went wide, Sean Bunting, the team captain, has it. Engelbert pass back to Bunting. Pass back to Engelbert on the near side of the ice. Going back and around the net. Pass goes out. About a minute and a half left on the Pointers power play. Here's Owen Dean. Pass. It's behind the net. Stout defense so far here. Not from Stout, from River Falls. O'Brien. Back. It's Johnson. Sorry, that's Chris Engelbert. Ooh, shot went wide of the net. 3.5 minutes to go in the game. About a minute 15 left on the Pointers power play. O'Brien, the last line of defense. Shot is good! Oh my goodness! Pointers extend the lead!
That's amazing. I'm so glad that the Pointers were able to make something out of that power play. It makes up for the 3 that they've had so far this game.
Out of Cambridge, Ontario, Hunter O'Brien, the 6'1" sophomore, scores the Pointers' 3rd goal of the night. And at this point, River Falls might be getting desperate, under 3.5 minutes to go. Oh my, as the Falcons win the faceoff. You're gonna see some more physicality in this one, even though both teams are most likely gassed. That was an incredible shot from O'Brien, who is arguably the closest Pointer to the blue line and still made the shot. And the Falcons send the puck out behind the net. Proctor out of his crease to make a play at the puck.
If they stay just as aggressive with this, this will be an easy Pointer win.
Under 3 minutes, Pointers had a chance. Oh my goodness. As I believe it was Hastings, sorry, that's Hamady slammed into the glass. Kamilevsky lost the puck for the moment. Gabe Randall almost had it. Kamilevsky back on it. Trying to poke it out. Kamilevsky, great focus. However, this River Falls defense stood strong there, especially now that they're back at full strength. Pass intercepted by the Pointers, but River Falls gets the puck right back. Under 2.5 minutes to go, and the shot goes wide of the net. On the near side of the ice, it went off the boards. The pass was errantly taken right back to the Falcons. Not a great pass there from Sean Bunting, the team captain for the Pointers. As the puck is behind the net, Pointers set up their next rush offensively, and offsides is called. Akers made the call there, and offsides will be called against number 12 for Stevens Point, Cody Pisarcek, who had tonight's first goal of the game.
Just a little over 2 minutes left for the Pointers to stay aggressive, stay ahead of the game, and keep their energy up, and they'll walk away with the win here.
2 minutes and 7 seconds to go as Stevens Point is up 3-1 over River Falls. And it seems like River Falls will call their first timeout of this game. And what a game it has been. Obviously, last week was the home opener for the season, at least for Stevens Point, taking on the number 4 nationally ranked St. Norbert Green Knights, who a lot of people consider to be a non-conference opponent for these Pointers. Obviously, they ended up losing in that one 4-2 in a similar situation like River Falls might be facing here, where they're down by a couple of scores. River Falls pretty soon might be pulling their goalie to try to just get an extra offensive push, which is what the Pointers did last week against St. Norbert, but obviously that ended up going against what they wanted, as Alex Proctor, when he was pulled, it was an easy shot for St. Norbert as they took the 4-2 win. What do you think of this game so far, Raegan? Your first game calling at color.
I'm loving it. It's been very aggressive, like I've said before, and very full of energy, which I love to see. Sometimes you can tell when the players are exhausted, and you know, Point has not let up. Even when they're skating back and forth and they're playing hot potato with the puck, they remain hungry for these goals that they've gotten.
Hungry is the name of the game. Haste is what the Pointers had, and of course, what was one of the best power play units in all of D3 hockey last season. In their first power play of this one, took their advantage of the opportunity that they had and scored their 3rd goal of the game out of the faceoff. Falcons have the puck as it waders towards the net. Nice poke away there from Proctor. Puck is still out in front and finally slips away. Minute 45 to go in this one. River Falls has officially pulled their goalie as we have an empty net. River Falls has the advantage. Shot towards the net is blocked by one of the defensemen. Couple of stumbles there. Shot out in front. Puck is loose. Up away. And we get a stoppage of play. There's some extracurricular. And it might have been offsides for River Falls. I'm not sure. There is a lot of jawing right now between these two squads, specifically between Sean Bunting and who's on the Pointer side, that is, I should clarify, and Cole Telecki for River Falls, as they're going to face off at the red dot on the far side of the ice, specifically facing the Pointer zone. Falcons win the face-off for the moment. But the puck travels into the net! Oh my! 4-1!
And just like the last game we watched here, pulling the goalie did not work how they intended it to, but it is in the Pointers' favor.
We just talked about it in the timeout break for River Falls. We knew they were going to pull their goalie, but we saw it backfire for the Pointers last week, and now it backfires for the Falcons. And this game is essentially over. It would be one of the greatest comebacks if in this next minute and 24 seconds, if the Falcons could even score one goal, that'd be remarkable. But the Falcons bring Brennan Boynton back in at goalkeeper, and it looks like they're going to take their first conference loss of this season. However, if you're a Pointers fan, this is, in my opinion, an improved team from last week, as they're now on the attack. And the shot is saved as Brennan Boynton flashes the leather. There's still some words being exchanged, specifically between Alec Howney for the Pointers and for Tyler Lee for River Falls. Just over a minute to go here, folks. Pointers in the face-off circle. Dog Pound is celebrating. They're only one goal away from getting tacos. Obviously, they have that Taco Bell sponsorship and opportunity where if the Pointers score 5 goals in a home game, fans get free tacos at Taco Bell. 45 seconds left in this one. Pointers still hungry as they're going to walk away with the victory up 4-1. Now River Falls has the puck. Just over 30 seconds to play here.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness, it's a stumble. Proctor was knocked over, has to get back up onto his feet. 25 seconds left. Shot is wide of the net. Falcons have it again. Pass is wide, blocked by Proctor. And that should do it. 12 seconds left. Offsides is waved off. River Falls just going to try to do a lame duck shot. Pass wide, and that'll do it. Stevens Point earns its first conference win of the season and earns their first home win of the season as they take down their conference rival, River Falls. 4-1 is your final here at KB Willet Arena.
That was a beautiful, beautiful save on Proctor's end. Didn't even need to be standing to make that save.
No, he did not. He was knocked into, fell over, got back on his feet, made another save to make sure that they walked away with the 4-1 victory as both teams unite here at center ice, saying good game. There's a lot of chippiness, a lot of words exchanged between these two teams. These are rivals after all. But the Pointers are now back to 500 here in their 6th game of the season. They are now 3-3, and River Falls falls to 4-3.
Yes, it's good to see all the sportsmanship at the end of the game, considering all of the kerfuffles, as you put it, during the game, but everybody played well.
We also have to mention the Pointers were undefeated on the power play, and River Falls went 1 for 3 on their power play opportunities. Great stuff there from Stevens Point. They're going to play another game tomorrow night, but that is going to be away at Superior, where they take on the Yellow Jackets, who of course won the conference last season. The next time you'll see us here at Stevens Point, Wisconsin, will be Friday, December 5th, where they take on another conference rival, that is UW Stout, the Blue Devils. But before that one, the Pointers are going to enjoy their victory tonight as they are in Superior tomorrow night. Back-to-back games here tomorrow on the road. We thank you for everyone who has watched and listened. Once again, video has been brought to you by Pointer Studios on YouTube with audio provided by WWSP 90 FM. Raegan, how did you like your first ever broadcast on the call?
It was so fun. It was such a very fun hockey game to watch on, my end and everybody at home. I think it was very aggressive, very energetic, and that's just, it transfers. And I think that the dog pound really showed that. Everybody was just as up in arms as the players on the rink.
I would say you had great commentary for your first ever game at Color. Also, special thanks to Lexi Hall here on camera. Did a great job tonight. Raegan, you were also the tech director tonight as we were down in numbers. Still got the job done and delivered what I would say is a great broadcast. I have been Jacob Spoerl, joined here on the mic with Raegan VanWagner. Thank you all for listening and watching. Have a good night.